Hey guys, Complex back with another video, and today's a rather exciting day. Why? Because we're talking about E3. That's right, E3 is days away. Our favorite devs have arrived on the scene for the most part. Our favorite streamers are starting to pack it up and head to E3 if they are going. Otherwise, there is big E3 Watch It With Me announcements coming out. Overall, E3 is basically here. That's right. This is like 2 or 3 days before school vacation and you don't want to do any work because school vacation's right around the corner and you're like, why, teacher? Why are you giving me schoolwork? That's what is going on right now, pretty much for the gaming community. And if you're one of my friends who's like, Complex, what is this E3 I see everywhere? Never worry, I got you covered. E3 is this big event that happens once a year, and our favorite developers, big and sometimes small, hop up on the stage and they're like, hey, I got a new game for you. You should check it out. And they show you a pretty trailer. Sometimes they get up and have a big presentation. Sometimes those presentations are awesome. Other times they put you to sleep. But either way, you're going to know by the end of E3 what new games are coming, especially the ones coming this winter. Um, Sometimes you'll see games that are coming out in the next few years. Sometimes you'll just see very early concept trailers. No matter what, though, it's a good time. And if you're actually attending E3, after all the presentations are over, I believe starting like Monday, Tuesday-ish, you can actually hop on to the show floor and play some of these games, which is really awesome. But for me, I'm going to be at home watching it from the comfort of my couch. I like the comfort of my couch and watching presentations. That way, when I get overly excited and I scream like a fangirl, only Metro's there to look at me weirdly. And so I thought, let's do a little video about what games I'm personally hyped for E3. As a heads up, I will probably be making individual videos based off of what we've seen at E3 after the fact. So some of these games that I mentioned, if you're looking for the 411 from me after the fact, stick around, post E3. I'll get those out as quick as I can. But for the most part, let's get into some of my most excitable games for E3. Is excitable a word? Yeah, we're going to go with it. Anywho, let's start with Anthem. This game is going to be amazing. I'm calling it now. I'm ready for Anthem. I know there's a lot of hoopla. I can use the word hoopla, right? Yeah. There's a lot of hoopla surrounding Anthem. I'm not going to get into it because I like literally have re-recorded this a couple times and I literally got into it for like an ungodly amount of time. So let's keep this short and sweet. I'm excited for Anthem. I trust BioWare. Yes, a lot of people are like, but it's a multiplayer, but MEA, but this and that. But you know what? It's a BioWare game. Same thing like I mentioned in my Fallout 76 video. I trust BioWare. I love BioWare games. I genuinely love the worlds BioWare creates. I love the people. I love the settings. I, for the most part, love the stories. And I am excited to see what they can do with Anthem. With the full power of the Frostbite engine, they've had a lot of time to get into it and play around. I'm really excited to see what these javelins do. I'm really excited to see how they're going to fit in a more single player experience within a multiplayer. We've seen some games do it incredibly well, and we've seen other games absolutely suck at it. So I'm really excited to see what BioWare does. And I'm not nervous about a multiplayer BioWare experience because for some reason, 90% of the community seems to have forgotten that BioWare has SWTOR. That's a multiplayer game. And you can have a single player experience within that multiplayer game. And they're still supporting it. Their Austin studio still supports it. Didn't it just get like some kind of DLC pack or something like that a year or two ago or something? Like, it's still played. I actually hopped in a few months ago just to see what it was about. And it's still quite popular, all things considered, given its age and everything. So, no, I'm not worried about a BioWare multiplayer game. I'm excited. And I'm really hoping we see some of that, like, kind of classic ME3 multiplayer experience where there were events and ways to earn some really cool stuff and things to grind for. And what I'm hoping more than anything is that the reason to be there within, like, that multiplayer experience makes sense. One of my problems with the MEA multiplayer was that when they threw like raiders and stuff at you, those are like the Milky Way galaxy races within the multiplayer. That never quite made sense to me because it's like, how are there that many people or creatures or whatever left from the Milky Way at this point to fight? Whereas with the ME3 multiplayer and also surprisingly the DAI multiplayer, it always made sense that we had Reapers to fight or Red Templars or whatnot because these were big threats. So I'm really, really, really hoping that whatever we're going to experience within that multiplayer is a big enough threat that it does make sense that we're continually fighting them. And that would be like almost my quote unquote biggest concern. Just because I get super nitpicky about things. But let's move on to the next game that I am not going to be nitpicky about. Maybe a little nitpicky. You never know. Battlefield 5. For myself personally, I'm really excited to see that Battlefield 5 has what looks like a considerable amount of customization. From what they were talking about during their initial presentation, it looks like the characters that we unlock and can play as, and the guns and the outfits are going to be more customizable, and they're going to be our own. And that really excites me. As somebody who's never played Battlefield before, this is something that entices me to actually play Battlefield. What makes me a little nervous and what's making me kind of toss up in the air whether or not I'm going to play it is it almost sounds like it's going to be a little bit more squad based, where you're going to need to talk to somebody for ammo. There are fortifications to set up. You're going to kind of need to needing a medic is a little bit more important, it seems. So it's not going to be necessarily I can just drop in as a solo player and play. Looks like almost like you're going to need more teamwork. Almost gave me an Overwatch vibe in that regard. And that is something that I am a little about, because as you guys know, I'm a solo player within multiplayer. So if it looks like from Battlefield 5, I can still get a solo player experience within that, and I don't need to like talk to everybody, I'm there. I am so there. Let's move on to the next game. Fallout 76. Everybody saw that coming. Fallout 76. I'm ready. I am so ready for Fallout 76. I am giggling still at the Fallout Reddit. I think this Reddit for this has gone to a place where people are asking for other people to make some kind of rumor up because there's just not enough knowledge about Fallout 76. Everybody's ready. Everybody's ready to know, is this actually a multiplayer? Is this a single player? Is this a Rust Daisy style game? What information have we heard that we can trust? Personally, like I mentioned in the video before, I trust BGS. No matter what this is, I trust them. They have always created nothing short of incredible experiences and worlds that I can live in for hundreds and hundreds, in Skyrim's case, probably thousands of hours. So I'm ready. I want to see what's going on. My hopes, if you will, my hopes are that there is a decently robust story, or just some kind of lore I can sink my teeth into. Actually, oddly enough, don't necessarily play Bethesda 100% for the story. I play it for being able to live in the world. So that is my biggest hope, is that even if this has a heavy multiplayer experience to it, is that whatever it is, I can still live in this world. And as long as I can do that, I'm good. I am so good. And along that same vein of Bethesda, let's talk about Rage. Rage should be shown at E3 this year. We're going to see some, hopefully, gameplay from it. I am curious to see how customizable this game is going to be as far as character goes. Or is it like literally just everybody plays as the same person? Is it going to be more RPG-like, kind of like typical Bethesda style? I kind of interested to see where they're going with the story. I personally never played the first Rage, but I am very intrigued. One of the main reasons, oddly enough, that I am super intrigued is because the Rage Twitter account is pretty on point. I've been laughing nonstop at them since I kind of found out about Rage. So if you haven't checked out the Rage Twitter account, please go do that. You'll thank me, I promise. But yeah, that is looking like a spring 2019 release date. So I'm not necessarily looking to see too much, because I'm gonna guess that maybe Paris Game Weeks or something like that, we'll see a little bit more from Rage. But hey, if we get to see gameplay and a whole big trailer and all this other stuff, I'll be pumped for that. And then let's talk about what some people would probably be like, you're looking forward to that game. That is The Division 2. I know. Me looking forward to The Division 2. It doesn't seem like it fits, but it does, because The Division was a good game. I got into the Division super late. Um, it was something that I picked up on Steam sale, looking for another single player within a multiplayer kind of experience, and the Division definitely gave me that. Um, and it was great. I liked the combat in it. I liked the customization. I liked all my options. I liked the interface. I loved the environments. This is one of the first games where we saw kind of like a natural, or not natural, but like a disaster kind of situation, worst case scenario, apocalyptic esque kind of thing. And I felt like that within the environment. I mean, down to like stores that have been emptied out and the way that they've been emptied out, the way apartments have been trashed with people looking for stuff. It's always just so beautifully put together and so believable that I had a great time for the hours that I did put in. I kind of stopped playing once I learned that Division 2 was coming out, and decided to play some other games instead. But with the Division 2, I am so excited. I really hope that they just expand upon what they've already made within the Division. Two things that I'd love to see with the Division 2 that I didn't see in the Division 1: a better character creator. I wasn't thrilled with the Division 1 character creator, and I like to build my characters. Like, I really like to build my characters. So, hoping that the Division 2 brings us a more robust character creator. And then this one's funny slash odd, but there were so many dogs in the Division 1, just kind of roaming around New York, that I am so hoping they let us adopt one, all of them. All of them would be great. Maybe I can like leave them at headquarters. So if anybody that is building the Division 2 is listening, which you're not, but in case you are, puppies, can we have all the puppies? Like, I hate seeing them on the road and I can't take them home. So could we adopt puppies in the Division 2? That'd be great. Thanks. That'd be awesome. Okay. But seriously though, puppies. So those are the main games that I'm looking forward to from E3 2018. But some honorable mentions. Cyberpunk 2077. I know it's weird that that's in an honorable mention considering how awesome CDPR is, but it's more in there because I don't know much about Cyberpunk. We as a community don't know. We've speculated a lot. We've heard a lot of rumors, this and that, but until I see some more gameplay, this and that, I don't feel comfortable necessarily commenting on it a ton. But I am really excited. CDPR has hit it out of the park with The Witcher 3, Witcher 2. They've just created some beautiful experiences. I am ready, so ready to dive into another CDPR game. I hope this world is equally as immersive as The Witcher 3 was. And also on that vein, speaking of The Witcher 3, I hope we see more from Gwent. Gwent kind of got put on this development plan recently where they're going to be redoing some of it. They also mentioned that the single player story was delayed, I believe, for Gwent. So I'm really excited to see what comes of that in the fall. And I'm hoping we see maybe a small preview at E3. That would be lovely because I don't play card games, but from what I played of Gwent, I actually had a ton of fun. So fingers and toes crossed we get to see more of that. Other honorable mentions: Metro Exodus. That is probably not coming out till 2019. Actually, I think that's definitely not coming out till 2019. I'm ready to see a little bit more of that. It's not a game that I personally want to play. Metro wants to play it, but it looks like it's going to be pretty cool. And from what we saw at last E3, it looked beautiful. So, beyond ready to see what's next from that. Also, I want to see more from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That very tiny clip that we got on Twitter really isn't a ton to comment on. But ACO, from what I saw from Twitter's playing, was a beautiful game, and it looked like a really great experience. And then I've heard rumor that potentially Assassin's Creed Odyssey is going to be a little bit more RPG-like with some dialogue choices, potentially being able to design your own character, something like that. So yay, that could be really cool. If that's the case, I'm definitely going to hop into ACO. I'm ready. Cannot wait to see more from it. And last but not least is The Last of Us 2. It's one of Metro's favorite games, or The Last of Us was one of Metro's favorite games. I'm excited to see more from The Last of Us 2. From what we've seen in some of the trailers, this is looking like it's going in a slightly different direction. It's looking a little darker, a little bit more serious. So I'm excited to see how that kind of ties into the original theme of The Last of Us. And kind of, I believe I've heard it's a little bit more from Ellie's perspective, which could be really cool and super interesting. And I'd like to see how that relationship between the two of them has evolved. Hoping we'll see some of that. And I'm also, fingers crossed, hoping for a release date. I doubt it. My guess is, again, this is another 2019, 2020 kind of game release, so we'll see more in a few days. Oh my gosh, it's only a few days away. But I think that's going to be it for me. I think we've covered all the games that I'm super excited about. What about you? Are there games that you're super excited about that I didn't cover? Let me know. Or maybe you're excited for one of the games that I'm excited for, in which case, also let me know, because then we can squeal and giggle excitedly together. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah. All right. So that's going to be it for me today. You know what to do. Leave a comment down below. Find me on social media, on the blog, somewhere. Say hi. Tell me what you're excited for E3. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Bye.